Hey everybody, Fox with Tiger Force, and I am back from the dead after much agonizing and perplexing. The reason I haven't made a video is because I've been just so confused. But we've had our best engineering analysts on the job, and we've made some observations. Stay tuned. Full disclosure, this video is going to be philosophical. Let's just play some of the latest war replays while I dive into something that's been on my mind for a long time, and I've been very confused. What is up with the state of war pairing? Things have changed dramatically, and I will show you our sad war record. But let me go ahead and just give you a little history very briefly. We started off back in 2015, June I believe it was, and we were doing really well. We just were a normal stratified clan. Things were going great, and then all of a sudden people started to realize how the war weight system worked, and how basically if you had a high offense and low war weight on defense, you could rig the pairing so that you were paired up against clans that you could defeat more easily. I, being a very competitive person, looked at it as, the rules of the game is pairing, and it's just part of the strategy. And so looking at it like a big chessboard, engineering was kind of part of the overall game strategy. It wasn't illegal, it was part of the rules. So going along the lines of that philosophy, we obviously engineered, and we engineered pretty well. We had a pretty good offense compared to defense. We had some good attackers, and everything was going great. Our war record was over 80% wins, and at one point we were almost 90% wins. And we would typically do about 9 or 10 wins in a row, and sometimes more, but then after that we would get beat by a really engineered clan. Things were going pretty well, but as time went on and more clans began to engineer, it just got more and more extreme. And this is why I always kind of had that nagging thought in the back of my mind that engineering was doomed to fail. And the reason why long term is because as clans became more and more extreme in their engineering, what would happen is you would have one, maybe two max Town Hall 11s at the top, and then if every other base in the whole clan was a Town Hall 11 offense maxed with only a single cannon for defense, that would literally be the pairing. And then of course, if you were not that extreme, you would get beat. What happened was when Supercell released the new pairing system, where they theoretically were going to have non-engineered clans paired against non-engineered clans and engineered clans paired against engineered clans. I don't know what quote-unquote triggers were put in place or what exactly the algorithm was that they did there, and I don't think anyone really does. But I will tell you that almost instantly, war became more difficult for us as an engineered clan. I cannot put, I'd be lying if I sat here and tried to tell you, like some people might, that I know exactly why, but we were facing more difficult engineered clans and more extreme engineered clans. Now, I heard from the other side through forums that even non-engineered clans were still coming across engineered clans, and it was still an issue. But we did send some of our members over to other non-engineered clans to do some reconnaissance, and they were finding that the pairing was a lot better as they kind of moved forward. So it did seem like the pairing was favorable for unengineered clans to some degree, but it definitely wasn't foolproof. So the question we had was, do we unengineer or do we stay engineered? And we still kind of have that question, and that's where I want to kind of leave this up to everyone to kind of assess, think about, and then I'll give you my thoughts. So jumping back a little bit to what I think is the inherent flaw with engineering, again, unless you are the most extreme, unless you have two Town Hall 11s at the top or one Town Hall 11 at the top and the rest being all max Town Hall 11 offense with only a cannon defense, I really think that you will eventually get weeded out, and eventually you'll always get beat, and it's just an engineering game. The other thing I don't like about engineering is that it's not a war at all levels. So you might have some bases down low that are essentially meaningless. I mean, they're literally just in there to attack a one cannon base, get in their attacks, and then it's always up to the top bases to just attack that number one base and do a game of inches. Now eventually once they get to max Town Hall 11 offense, they can have a horse in the fight, but I mean realistically that can take someone a long time to get to that level, and so for maybe even years they're not even really competing in war. And that's what I kind of missed from the unengineering days, is that war at all fronts. So to me, a new utopian society in Clash Wars would be for unengineered war at all levels, and that sort of thing. So here's the dilemma that we're in at Tiger Force. Because we were engineered, now we have all these maxed Town Hall 11, or I shouldn't say maxed Town Hall 11s. We have all these Town Hall 11s, MC, PMAG, Surgeon, Fox, Schmend, CK, Mark. All these guys are Town Hall 11s, and there's even more that weren't in war this time because of Heroes down. And in order for us to basically unengineer, we have to take our sometimes like Town Hall 9 defenses and all the way upgrade them to Town Hall 11 level. And even if until we do that, we're right now, the situation that we're in is that we're like totally sitting ducks, because if you look at our war log, we're kind of at that point now. If any of you see from my previous videos, I mean, this whole screen was green. I mean, we were just like totally green screen, but now we're just getting our butts kicked. And the reason why is because we're neither engineered nor unengineered, because we have too many people that have dropped defenses trying to unengineer. But unfortunately, whether it's a setup in the algorithm where Supercell is considering us engineered or not, I don't know exactly, I don't want to speculate, but it almost seems to me like they're still considering us engineered, so we're still fighting these engineered clans. But the problem is they're now more extreme than we are because we have started to unengineer. So I guess the question that we're kind of left with is how best to proceed. Do we upgrade the least war weight path per defenses to try to unengineer? Do we stay engineered, or do we try to force the issue and go quickly and drop these massive war weight defenses in terms to try to up the speed at which we quote unquote unengineer? I personally would like to unengineer just because like I want to get to that attacking at all levels. I really hope that Supercell has addressed it so that in fact is the case. I don't think recruiting is ever a problem. We can build our clan back up quickly. We've obviously proven that over the years. So I'm really interested in everyone's opinions and thoughts. I'm sure I'm missing something that somebody brought up. I've been talking a lot with co-leaders and different things. So definitely comment in the comments, and also comment, in chat in our clan. And interested what everyone thinks. Let me know, and I will see y'all on the Clash field. Make sure and subscribe to us on YouTube, and if you're active and competitive, head over to Search Clans, type in our hashtag, and request to join. Make sure you reference that you found us on YouTube, and we look forward to seeing you soon.